What's up? It's your girl Carmella, aka the SmackDown Women's Champion, and you are watching Inside the Ropes, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
I am joined by the SmackDown Live Women's Champion, Carmella. Hello.
That's not bad. I'll give you like a 6 out of 10.
I mean, you're being kind, but that's fine. Something that's interesting about you that maybe a lot of people don't know is that your dad actually competed in WWE when you were younger. So,
yes.
Where in your life was that? Like, were you a kid watching WWE and all of a sudden it's like, I get to go to Wrestling Challenge with my dad? Like, how did that work?
So growing up, I did watch it with him all the time. He would work overnight, so we would record Monday Night Raw on the VHS, and then when he'd get home from work the next day, we would watch it. And I would watch it, and it was never anything I thought I could ever do. I would watch it, and I idolized Miss Elizabeth growing up. I just thought she was so fabulous, and I thought, okay, it could be someone like her, but I never thought it would be something that I could do to actually compete in the ring. And I did go to see him. I never went to go see him wrestle, but he did a lot of boxing and submission fighting and things like that, and I would go to his boxing matches, and I'd be in the crowd. I'd be like 2 or 3 years old, and I'd be cheering him on and seeing him get his butt kicked, and I'm like, that's my dad. So it's cool now to be able to have this bond and share that with him.
And when did you decide, was there a moment or something that you saw that made you decide now you can do this, or now that you do feel you want to pursue it as a career?
So I was a dancer my whole life. I danced since I was 3. So I love performing. I love being in front of a crowd. But it was an opportunity I got when I was dancing that kind of just snowballed into this opportunity to get a tryout with WWE. And I just thought, oh my gosh, this is the perfect opportunity to continue my love and passion for performing, but also tie in my father's background with WWE. So it just was, I thought, the perfect opportunity to bring everything full circle. And I got that tryout, and I knew that I was going in there with no other option other than to make it work. And I left my 2-week tryout with the contract, and I was really, really excited.
And obviously, everybody knows you originally from when you were in NXT, and it was, Enzo Cass and you,
yeah.
And you guys had that act. And for you in NXT, what was the biggest learning curve for you? Because you were kind of part of the first group of guys and girls who were in NXT, sort of born and came through that, and are success stories from it.
For sure. So I think my biggest hurdle was to be in NXT with girls like Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Bayley. Charlotte, of course, she has wrestling in her blood, and the other girls, they wrestled for years before they even came to WWE or to NXT. So for me to be in there with such elite women, I just thought, okay, well, I'm never going to be on their level as far as in-ring ability and with their experience. So I knew I had to bring something different to the table, and I just wanted to be over the top with my character and be able to show that I have something to bring to the table, even though, no, I didn't wrestle for years before I came here. No, I didn't always grow up wanting to be here. But I wanted to prove that I belonged, and to be, have my journey that I had in NXT. I wouldn't change it for anything. I was with the boys that was basically my entire career in NXT, was being a manager for Cass and Enzo. And I didn't get that many opportunities to wrestle on television or even on our live events. I didn't really get that much opportunity. So I just knew that when I was there, I had to make any opportunity I had, make it worth it, and really just work hard to get to where I wanted to be.
And what's your favourite memory or match or moment from when you were in NXT?
For sure, my favorite match was against Bayley for the NXT Women's Championship. We were best friends. We still are best friends. But to have a match like that, and it was just so much fun, and to get that opportunity, I'm so grateful for it. And it was a good time. It was really fun.
And I guess what's interesting is, and it's maybe something that's happening right now with Sanity, where some of them have been called up and Nikki Cross is staying there for now. So for you, it's like Enzo and Cass go to Raw, and then when the brand split comes around, you're sent to SmackDown. So it's kind of like completely new, you're on your own. What was that like for you, when you find out that you're not with them anymore, and then when you do go up, you're not going to be with them, you're going to be on your own? It
was devastating, I'm not going to lie. I've said it before. I wasn't sure what was going to happen in my career. All I ever knew, like I said, in NXT was being a manager for Cass and Enzo. All of my catchphrases and everything was related to them. So when I found out they were going up and I was staying, I was I was really upset, but I knew it was because, you know, Hunter told me it was because he saw something in me, and I was going to be on my own. So I just thought, okay, well, now I need to take this, you know, kind of disappointment that I was feeling and just channel it into getting to be the best I can be. And 3 months later, I got called up to SmackDown Live. Again, I did think that maybe there was a possibility I could join them on Raw, and I thought that would be exciting. The whole we'll be back together, and but that's not how it went. And it's all for a reason. And then I had to kind of reinvent myself and change my character a little bit to the moonwalking, trash talking princess of Staten Island, and it all worked out. So I'm really, really grateful for that.
And what was the moment? Where were you? What was happening when you get the call? You're going to SmackDown.
We were all at the Performance Center. We were all there watching it live on this big screen, and you know they kept calling. Like my colleagues are getting called up, and it's so exciting. And then it's down to the very last pick, and I was devastated. I thought this was such a good opportunity to be able to, you know, all my hard work and everything, have it come together. And luckily, I was the very last draft pick, and I made it to SmackDown Live. And a lot of people were like, "Ew, you're the last draft pick. Why are you so excited?" I wasn't even looking at it like that. I was just looking at it like, I made it. I'm going to SmackDown. So. Screw them.
And then you came up and you had some fun stuff going on with Becky Lynch. You had some stuff with Nikki Bella as well. You talked earlier a little bit about maybe you weren't the most experienced in the roster and stuff like that. Do you think in a way that kind of being put on your own in SmackDown was kind of a good thing in the end because it really forced you to sort of like step up your game at all those points?
Absolutely. I wanted to, every opportunity that I have, I try to take and run with it. When I wasn't called up with the boys, I took that opportunity and just put in as much hard work as I possibly could. And 3 months later, I was called up. So I thought, okay, whatever I'm doing is working. And then I was the very last draft pick. And I just used that, again, to fuel the fire inside of me to just prove that I don't care if I'm the last draft pick. I don't care if I was with the boys or whatever I can do to just continue to prove myself. It was super motivating. And I don't know, I wouldn't change it for anything because people don't expect much from me from being just a manager or being just the very last draft pick, but I've every single time proved myself. I made history at Money in the Bank, and now I'm the SmackDown Women's Champion. So I don't care what people say because I did it my way.